How have you been impacted by the COVID wake-up call? Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Ann Homick from Homick Advanced Chiropractic, and this is Brain Snob, episode number 93. Yes, become a brain snob. It means you know enough about the brain to give yourself great life experiences, because the brain makes the body, you make your life. And my calling is to help you live your calling, and we do it from a brain-centered approach, because your brain and spinal cord, the spinal cord has brain cells in it, we just call it a spinal cord, it makes up the master system, so of course start at the top. So let's talk about this. Did this whole COVID scenario become a wake-up call for you? I hope it did, because now you can see things in a different light that helps you make your life better. But the problem is, you might still be asleep. This wake-up call has occurred, it's gotten everybody's attention, but a lot of people are still asleep, maybe in a little snooze state, not making the proper changes they need to make in their lives. So let me start with the issues that we're really facing right now that you can wake up from. You can wake up and deal with. We know that the coronavirus is not fatal. Unfortunately, we have a lot of scientific disagreement going on. Tons of it, everywhere. And in a way that's good, because we need to debate. Science is about always taking your theory and proving yourself wrong. You are supposed to prove yourself dead wrong until you've totally exhausted your ability to prove yourself wrong. The whole point of the scientific method, which we're not doing, interestingly. We have completely avoided the true gold standard of science. Now that's not what this video is about. This video is about you surviving during all this scientific disagreement. And nobody else can do it for you, only you can do that. So we have to make sense of it all, but we have to improve our health. Because this wake-up call is telling us that people are sick. People are sick. I don't want it to be you, and I don't want you to be afraid of the earth God put you on. You are created by God in His image. This is not a religious talk, but you are here to enjoy it, and that's my goal. So we know the coronavirus is not fatal. And right now, a lot of diseases, common diseases, chronic diseases, have become recategorized. And if you look at the statisticians who are chronicling everything, the death rate is about the same. And I listened to one researcher who called it the winter, just slipped my mind, the winter burden mortality rate, because people are sicker during the winter, and that's just something we are dealing with every year. There is a change in the wintertime. We are less healthy, and we've got to figure that out and reverse that. We've got to change that. But the diseases have been recategorized, and it's making people confused. They don't know what's making their body tick. I want you to know what makes your body tick, not what it makes it sick. Because we all know the cause of death is still the same. What causes the death of a person? It's going to be your tissue resilience has reached its end point. That's it. That is the basic definition of death. I know the medical arena uses brain activity or is your heart beating, but your tissue resilience has reached an end point. An end point where the tissues can no longer take in nutrition, an end point where your nervous system cannot deliver the vital life-giving impulses, and the end point where the body can no longer expel toxins. This whole COVID scenario has made us, forced us, I'm going to say, to actually realize that it's the toxic instability in our environment causing the toxic The dam has broken in many people's bodies. That toxic buildup has reached that breaking point. We've got to deal with the toxins. We do have that natural, innate ability to heal. That natural is the magic word here, because we've done so many unnatural things to our bodies. It's raising that white flag. It's saying, whoa, I can't handle this anymore. And it's called chronic disease, chronic sickness. And it's actually tissue resilience giving up. That's where we need to put our concentration on. So what are these toxins that I'm talking about that your body cannot expel anymore? Well, there are environmental toxins. They're in our soil, they're in our air, they're in our water, they're in our food, and they end up in our bodies. Your body makes its own waste components of the cell cycle. So even your body making energy is going to have waste products. They are toxic as well. They are your own inside internal toxins that your body has to get rid of. And as long as everything is running efficiently, your body does that beautifully. So how do they get there? That's question number one. Question number two, how do you clear them? All these toxins, the toxins that we're taking in that we shouldn't be taking in, and the natural toxins our body creates as part of normal cellular function, cellular metabolism. How do we handle it? We were made with the natural capability to do so. And I want to focus on Brain First Always, the BFA protocol, because everything I teach people helps promote the body's own self-maintenance. I don't want to call it intervention, because it's something your body should be doing every day. And it should be doing it daily, consistently, and efficiently, and hopefully effortlessly, if your body is in the right state for this maintenance to constantly be happening. Self-maintenance of the body. And what's important here is our stress levels have to be manageable. We can't be overloaded with stress. There has to be that balance. Yes, stress happens. We get injured from time to time. We are exposed to unnatural things. We've got to find that balance to maintain it so your tissue resilience can be restored, so it doesn't reach that final endpoint where it can no longer function. And that's where we move the brain, feed the brain, and talk to the brain. I teach that with the BFA coaching protocol. You get the BFA template when you come to my office, and if you're not living here locally, I can send you the BFA template. It breaks down all the important parts of moving your brain, all the important parts of feeding your brain, and all the important parts of talking to your brain. And talking to your brain is teaching. What are you teaching your brain? Because everything you expose your brain to, it learns. Good and bad. But that's what I mean by talking to your brain. What are you teaching your brain? So the BFA template is very simple, and you can understand it very easily. You already have the tools for self-healing. You already have the tools to do this. But sometimes you need to learn how to use your tools more proficiently. I have a toolbox at home full of all these little doodads. And I'm sure there's some I've never used before because no one taught me how to use it properly. I haven't seen that tool in action. But if you have the right tool and you use it the right way, it'll open up your world and make your life so much easier. If you have the right tool, you're working smarter, not harder. And if you've had to tinker on something and repair and fix things over and over again until you finally discovered you were using a tool the wrong way, and you were taught somehow by a friend or somebody else comes along and teaches you this, or you've observed it, everything changes when you've got that tool and you're using it the right way. So I want you to work smarter, not harder. Now, the one last thing I want to make this point across about toxicity in our life is, you know that I have the 5 annoying tolerated signs of brain impairment. It's pretty simple. It helps you hone in on where you are failing a little bit in how you're taking care of your brain. So I call them the 5 annoying or the 5 tolerated signs of brain impairment. And we need your full participation in the world, and you can't do that with an impaired brain. We need you, and we need you with a performing brain, because we need you to be that positive ripple effect in your community. Here are the 5 signs. Stiff, sore joints, high blood pressure, fatigue with shortness of breath on occasion, and digestive disturbances, and the last one is brain fog with an anxiety because of the brain fog. Nobody enjoys it, and it becomes an anxious time when you're having that brain fog. 5 tolerating symptoms that people put up with day in and day out, but they are the teeny tiny little messages telling you that your brain is not functioning at its best. So with stiff, sore joints, what am I talking about? I'm talking about toxic movement and toxic inflammation, and I teach people how to handle that, how to restore their movement patterns, how to deal with inflammation. The high blood pressure tells us we have toxic blood and we have toxic kidneys, and I teach people how to deal with that in a natural manner, and that's helps your body. We want to work with the body, not against the body. The fatigue with some shortness of breath because of the fatigue, well, that means you have toxic cells and toxic mitochondria. And when I talk about the cells being unable to expel their waste products, these toxins build up and we have to clear them out. So you're toxic at the cellular level. When I talk about digestive disturbances, the 4th annoying and tolerated sign of brain impairment, I'm talking about toxic ingestion. Things entering your body that do not belong in your body. Things that enter your body that are not welcomed by the body. That's toxic ingestion. From the food we eat, the air we breathe, the medicines that we take. We have toxic ingestion and toxic leaky gut. I teach people how to deal with that. And you've got all of this at your fingertips. These are easy to do. They are low-tech, high-touch, meaning within your reach. You can take care of these things. And the last one is that brain fog with the anxiety. That means you have toxic brain inflammation and you have toxic fight or flight going on in your lifestyle, in your own ways of managing your stress. There's a point of toxicity in your fight or flight programming of your brain and body. How is your brain, how is your body dealing with stress as your body encounters stress? Whether it's mechanical stress, chemical stress, or emotional stress, how is your body dealing with it at the fight or flight level? Is it functioning appropriately, or is it at a toxic level of dysfunction? So I want you to be that positive ripple effect in your community, and I want you to take this information so you can give your brain the best experiences, so you can live your best life experiences. And it's meaningful and rewarding, and I enjoy the teaching aspect of it. You need to get this information. It's very helpful and it's very doable, and I just can't wait to hear from you. What do you do next? You look at the blog and look at the articles that I've posted. Please follow my series, Doctors Who Jumped Ship. You'll find it very interesting because there's a lot going on in the health fields that are giving people more self-empowerment in how they take care of themselves. And I think that's fantastic. That's amazing. That's part of the COVID wake-up call. People are waking up to the ways they really need to embrace to give themselves the health that they deserve, the health ability they were born with, the natural ability to maintain yourself and to maintain your body. It's exciting, and a lot of people are waking up to that, and I can't wait to talk to you. So look at the blog, find out about the BFA protocols and the BFA coaching, where you go to the next level and learn how to be more proficient with your tools. it's an exciting time. So thanks for watching, and check everything out at createpurpose.com and look at the other videos. Check out my In Your Court series as well. They're a little bit longer, more informational, and they teach you how to take that next step. So thanks for watching, and I'll look for you soon. Bye-bye.